Janet Chavis here. It simply amazes me how a massive security breach across the United States could have occurred where millions and millions of people's personal information, social security card information has been compromised and put at risk by thieves, and virtually little to nothing is being said about it. Perhaps the attention of all Americans has been directed and focused on the elections. Nevertheless, I thought it worthwhile to post this information and share with you so that you can find out if your information has been compromised and what you can do about it. Here in the city of New York, Congressman Richie Torres held a press conference after he discovered that he himself had been a victim of this security breach. And he shared on what you can do about it. And he also brought along in his interview a NYCHA TA leader in the Bronx who said that her information was compromised as well. I'm going to show you a bit of that footage, and the full interview can be seen at CBS News. But listen closely for what you can do to see if your information was compromised, and if so, what you can do about it.
I speak before you not only as a member of Congress, but as one of the victims whose Social Security number was stolen. I am among the millions of Americans whose Social Security number was breached and then leaked on the dark web. The Social Security data breach serves as a painful reminder that America has no federal data privacy law to protect the American people. When it comes to cyberspace, there is no law and order, only lawlessness and disorder. In cyberspace, a private company like National Public Data and a cyber criminal like US DoD has nothing but contempt for the data security and data privacy of everyday Americans. We live in a cyber world where your most sensitive data can be collected without your knowledge or consent by a private company and then stolen by a cyber criminal, leaving you wide open to identity theft. If cyberspace were a police precinct, it would be the highest crime police precinct in the United States. It would be the police precinct with the most amount of criminality and the least amount of policing, prosecution, and punishment.
Did you find this out by using that website, and has there been any suspicious activity, anyone trying to open accounts in your name?
So the moment I found out from pentester.com that I had been the victim of a Social Security data breach, I took it upon myself to freeze my credit. So I reached out to Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion and immediately froze my credit in order to prevent the opening of new accounts. But I can tell you as a victim, I received no notification about the theft of my Social Security information. No notification from the federal government, no notification from the private company, National Public Data, and I find that completely unacceptable.
And you're talking about potential legislation. There needs to be legislation. Will you be looking to author anything?
Yeah, so I think in the weeks to come, I'm going to introduce a legislation aimed at improving data privacy and data security. But it seems to me that private companies have no business collecting something as sensitive as our Social Security information. And if a private company suffers a hack or a leak, it should be required to disclose the breach to the general public and to the victims, as well as to law enforcement. So without further ado, I want to introduce one of the victims of the Social Security data breach, Cassandra Boland, who's the president of Melrose Houses, the Melrose Houses Resident Association.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I want to say thank you, Richie. Thank your team. Without you guys, I would have never knew anything about this. I'm really upset about this. You know, we work hard to get our credit straight. You understand? And this happens. This is unacceptable. I want to say thank you once again, Richie. Without you, I don't know. I would have never knew this. You know what I'm saying? Thank you so much. This is a shame. Whatever we can do about this, please do it. I urge you, my seniors, I have to talk to my seniors about this, because if I didn't know, I know they didn't know. And I live for information. Thank you so much. I'm going to tell my residents.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
And we have one person whose most of whose family was the victim of the Social Security data breach. So,
Hi, my name is Courtney. My family and I are from the Bronx. We've lived here our whole lives. This is something completely unacceptable that is happening that has affected most of my family. My uncle, who is completely blind, and my grandmother, who is 85 years old, have been affected by this breach. And so that's why it's important to use this website, npd.pentester, to protect yourselves and your families. Thank you.
So again, if you want to find out that you have been the victim of a Social Security data breach, we would encourage you to consult the website, pentester.com. It's as simple as inputting your first name, last name, year of birth, and state of residence. And if you have no access to the internet, you can feel free to call my office, the office of Congressman Richie Torres, at 718-503-9610, 718-503-9610.
Again, if you believe your information has been compromised, you can Google Penn Star and check yourself to see if your name comes up as one of those whose information has been put at risk, or you can contact the office of Richie Torres and they will assist you in how you can find out if your information has been compromised and what you can do about it and what you can do to prevent it.